Hey everybody, it's Ace here as always. This is the third trial of the Simon Wales' Church level in the Protector Trials DLC for Bioshock 2. This one is strategy entitled Stop, Drop, and That's It. This is actually the last trial that I'm recording commentary for. I saved it to last. I'm done with all the video and audio for all the other levels at this point. Still have some final mixing and compressing to do on all of them, of course. I saved this one for last because it's, pretty standard, pretty uneventful, almost boring strategy. So I apologize. I might not have a whole lot to talk about after I detail the strategy we're going to be using. For weapons, we get the machine gun, and we also get anti-personnel rounds with that. Plasmids, we get Cyclone Trap 2 and Incinerate 2. You can see I'm just laying down some Cyclone Traps and blazing them up with Incinerate. Standard Cyclone Trap strategy. Keep the sister surrounded at all times. We also get the Gene Tonic Firestorm, which isn't a huge deal. If we do happen to get touched by a splicer, we will emit a burst of fire and light them up. I don't think that comes into play too often though. So standard standard incinerate strategies to just light up anything that moves. Combine that with the standard Cyclone Trap strategy of keeping the sister surrounded at all times. And we're going to pepper in some machine gun fire as we see fit as well. I like to hang out back here in the corner by the health station. It gives you a good view of what's going on with your sister. You have some pillars that you can duck behind should you be taking fire, perhaps from up on the balcony, which you can also see to light up enemies. Shouldn't be taking too much damage because you can light them up. That typically will keep them preoccupied for at least for a while. Seems like after they've been on fire for a little bit, they can tend to not care anymore and just start shooting you. Enemies coming from behind are not going to be a big deal, because remember, it doesn't really matter if you get hit or take damage during this game. The important thing is that your sister does not. So standing back there by the health station, typically any splicers coming from behind are going to go after you, in my experience, and that's actually a good thing. You will need to make a run for health kits and Eve with any... Seems like most of these trials are heavy Eve strategies, heavy on the plasmids. So you almost always have to make a run for Eve, at least once, if not more. If you keep your Cyclone Traps down, your sister should ideally never get attacked. There you can see, if you let your Cyclone Traps slip up on that strategy, as I was going after the Brute Splicer, then, splicers can get to your sister. So it's important to keep them up. Remember, I've never seen a Brute Splicer attack my sister. The greatest threat of the Brute Splicer is distracting you. So keeping your Cyclone Traps up. If they're down, replenishing them is priority number one. I have seen a Spider Splicer attack my sister before. It's rare. They typically don't. But it can happen. This is Incinerate 2. I don't use it like level 2 though. I do not charge it. I just, press the button. I feel that's better, because you don't have to waste time charging it and then holding, waiting for a target.
You have almost won this battle against Land Splicers. Almost.
Remember, if you do make a run to the vending machine, get your cyclone traps down. That will offer you decent cover in order to make this short journey. There's no reason to hold on to money, so if you have extra cash, just buy extra ammo. That's assuming you've already topped up your Eve and health, of course. Houdini Splicers typically do not take much damage if you hit them with Incinerate. They don't like to be on fire for some odd reason. And if they do catch on fire, if it's available, they will run to a nearby puddle or water source to put themselves out. But, don't light up a Houdini and then just leave him alone thinking he's dealt with. He's certainly not. However, lighting him up and then peppering him with machine gun bullets takes him down pretty quick. Ooh, nice explosion with the Brute Splicer to cap things off. So pick her up when she's done, and it's a rather easy trial, thanks to the Cyclone Trap.